Hey, good morning, everybody in Wildcat Nation. Welcome to Wildcat Mornings with, I'm your host, Will Worsham, and my sidekick, as always, Keaton the Kid Garrett.
You need to give me a sidecar.
A sidecar?
We should have you standing on a motorcycle, and then me in a sidecar next to you.
Well, that could maybe work out.
New set.
That could maybe work out well.
Anybody
sometime.
have a motorcycle and a sidecar, hit us up.
Sure.
The messenger.
We'll do that. We'll always take that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we could probably have fun with the motorcycle outside of the set, too.
That's true. I don't have a motorcycle driver's license endorsement yet.
I don't either,
but I could probably get one.
If I get pulled over, I know a lawyer.
That's true. You do. Today's verse of the day is from John 5:24. It says, "Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but has passed from death to life." Mm-hmm. It's a cute little giggle you had there. So this is Jesus speaking, and Apostle John reporting his words there. And a very simple plan of salvation here is the whole reason that Jesus came. He came that because the whole world continues to be guilty of sin's disobedience from God, straying from God's plan, God's path. It's pretty simple. Do what's right. Don't do what's wrong. And when you trip up, then that's sin. And God's got a very high standard. It's kind of like being perfect. It's a big battery.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Big battery.
Yeah, so
new car battery of the future.
But Jesus gave us a way out of that. That's the whole point of coming. And so like Phil Robertson says, he's like, we're all going to die. I've only heard one plan that's going to get us out of that, and that's the Jesus plan. And that's what he's talking about here. Whoever hears my words and believes him who sent me, that would be God, believes in the word of God, has eternal life and doesn't fall into judgment. That's a good thing. I'm a judge. It's good to not be subject to judgment. I can assure you of that. So if you'd like to know more about God's plan for salvation, we'd love to talk to you about that. Feel free to chat us up. We are always interested in having those types of conversations. Speaking of conversations, you wanted to have a conversation about who wore it better, Dr. Fauci or Dr. Seuss?
What? Why Dr. Fauci?
Well, that's those are the.
Is he still in charge or something?
I think he's still around.
I don't hear anything about him anymore.
You don't?
No. But I've also been staying away from all the news
because
recently.
There's no reason to have a pandemic anymore.
The coverage on it has went down.
Hasn't it?
Significantly.
It really has, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You are.
President Joe Biden solved global warming.
He did.
I'm giving it to him.
We've certainly not had global warming here recently. That's true. And today, a little bit of showers today, but
really?
That's what they said. I was checking the weather on the way in, and cooler, unseasonably cool, as you were indicating.
I like rain, but not cold rain.
I'm
fine with rain in the summer.
I don't like rain, but I like cool temperatures, so I'd go the other way with you there.
Yeah.
In fact, to me, this is a beautiful day.
Yeah, I don't like sweating.
I don't either.
And so my perfect workout temperature is like 40 degrees.
You know, if you just avoided workout altogether, you wouldn't have to worry about that sweating thing. That's the other way. That's the other way to go there. But if you do like to work out, if you're looking for a fun workout right here in Rogersville, new group forming starting tomorrow at the upper elementary, I believe at 9 a.m. You can check out all the details on Facebook. Rogersville Ruckers are going to start with an inaugural 5K ruck. Now, we talked about on the Tuesday morning show, what is rucking? Rucking is walking while wearing a weighted backpack or vest or something, so that you don't have to do the run part. So old people, Keaton, I don't know if you know this yet, but running can be hard on our joints.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't.
It's hard on my joints right now.
I'm educating you here a little bit this morning. Walking can be hard on joints, or running can be hard on joints, and so rucking is something where you still get the workout, you still get the exercise. But you do that by adding a little bit of weight and walking around. So if that's something that's interesting to you, you do that with a group. You have a good time. And you
get to walk around. Military base.
It does, yeah. Tom, who's here, who is why we look so wonderful this morning, because he came in and fixed our cameras up for us and turned the big light on and turned the other office lights off. So he adjusted our set. But Tom has a military background. He was in the Navy, and he told us Tuesday all about what rucking is. And thinking about going out there and joining up with that tomorrow. So if you'd like to do that, find out more information on Facebook, Rogersville Ruckers, Ruckers, and join them. And if you want some more exercise, a different type of exercise, but also beautify the community, they're having a trash pickup tomorrow as well. And there's information about that on Facebook, Rogersville residents as well. So if you'd like to be part of making our community more beautiful, because it's gotten kind of trashy out there along the highways. And so some folks from the local community noticed and said, hey, let's clean it up. So they contacted MoDOT. MoDOT gave them trash bags. MoDOT gave them shiny vests so they can be safe while they're out there doing that. So all of that's going on this Saturday in Rogersville. And so we're so glad that things are happening in Rogersville and stuff's going on. You got stuff to do. No reason to stay inside this weekend. You can have a good time. But you did want to talk about Dr. Seuss. Did you grow up on Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was in that age era group. They were at school and everything and read the books. So, have you seen that they're like banning some of them?
I have 7 of them I saw. Rick Burney says, I am unashamed. I'm with you, Rick. Appreciate that. Yep. Unashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Romans chapter 1, 14, is it? Right around that address. Thanks, Rick. Appreciate your feedback today. Thanks for joining the show. In fact, you and I need to have a conversation, Rick. Talk me up on Facebook.
Yeah,
I understand.
Rick, you're in trouble.
I understand Rick's got an idea to do a show with us here on K-ROG. Yeah, adding to the content. So we'd love to have that happen, Rick. So hit me up, and love to talk to you about that.
So what books are being banned? Because are there any that we have read?
Well, I understood they were more of the obscure ones. And I was talking to my wife about this, and I think she made a good point. You know, I mean, it's very easy for us to interpret these actions from our own political bent. And let's be clear, they're not being banned. The publisher decided under pressure, I assume, to stop publishing them. Now, the New York Public Library says we're not taking them out of circulation. We're leaving them out there. Now, other libraries have made other decisions. But, I think one point, and I get this. I totally get this. And it makes sense. And I can look at it from today's lens and go, yeah, that's probably unacceptable. And so there was there's one book. It's about a zoo, zebras at the zoo, or something like that.
On Beyond Zebra, or Maybe. If I Owned a Zoo.
I'm not sure which one it is, but the words indicate that the zookeepers are from Africa, and the depiction of the zoo workers is kind of stereotypical, maybe even monkey-ish, and so that's
these African American depicted zookeepers.
African zookeepers from Africa. Now, I mean, I went to law school. I can argue all the different sides of things. And so I can see, well, it doesn't say that they're African people, because there's all sorts of imaginary creatures throughout all of Doctor. I mean, there's no such thing as a Lorax.
Yeah.
You look at his turtle; it doesn't look anything. Yertle the turtle doesn't look like a turtle. So I don't know. Is it racist? Is it maybe by today's lens? Was that his intent? I don't know. He's dead. We can't ask him. But I think that we need to be sensitive to things that that other people find offensive. I don't think that we should be passing laws or doing things that in any way restrict free speech. If offensive, rude, wrong, obnoxious speech is not allowed, then we don't have free speech. If the only speech that's allowed is speech you agree with, that's not free speech. You have to allow, in fact, support speech you don't agree with, or you don't have free speech. But that doesn't mean you have to tolerate it, and that doesn't mean you have to affirm it. And I think that's where I think we find the differences in speech and things like that. Is just because we allow it, just because we tolerate it, doesn't mean that we accept it, support it, or promote it. It's the free exchange of dialogue that has made our country great so far, and that I think is what's under the most threat today. Wow, that's what Dr. Seuss got us talking about today. What else you got, Keaton?
I don't know. I'm ready to go to the moon and Mars.
I'm staying here.
I don't know what
Till Jesus comes to get me, I'm staying right here. If I was your age, I might, because you're less than half my age.
Did you want to go to space or the moon when all that was going on?
Sure, back then, way back when, yeah. I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. I don't even want to drive to Springfield anymore. I just stay home. Amazon's great. They bring me anything I want.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And you realize with the Amazon Center opening in Republic, we're looking at one-day delivery of a lot of stuff, and some things same-day delivery.
Wow.
Yeah, now this was super weird. I didn't expect this. I ordered something from Best Buy, and they used some sort of delivery service I had never seen.
Drop shipping.
No. It was something like, the best thing I can compare it to is DoorDash, because they just brought it to my office.
Huh.
I mean, same day.
The Best Buy person did?
And it wasn't a Best Buy person. It was a third-party shipping service, but I think it works. I don't know. I didn't really look at it, but kind of like DoorDash, but basically. But for packages. And so some local person, and they texted me and said, "Hey, my name's Lori, and I got your stuff from Best Buy, and I'm bringing it to your office." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's totally not handy because I'm not going to be in my office for 3 days. But and now that I think about it, I'm not sure I ever got that package. I mean, I know it was dropped off there, but I think I was actually not at the office for so long, I forgot it was getting delivered there. And
you need to go check on that package.
I do need to probably go check on that package.
Sounds like you need to go to work more.
Well, I work all the time, but going to that particular office location doesn't happen every day. I'll put it like that. What about you? When was the last time you were at your office?
Last night.
Last night?
Yep.
Where's your office?
In my basement.
In your basement. Okay. Well, I have an office in my attic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're on opposite ends.
We are on opposite ends.
I wonder if we're in the same house.
I went high, you went low.
Yeah. I got a big curved monitor, like that big.
I have 3 monitors.
Well, I got one big curved one.
Yeah, I have one that sits in the middle and one over here and one over here, and they're all on mounted arms. And then I've got another arm that's got a camera on it here. I've got a camera up there, and I've got the big boom microphone here.
You've got more cameras than me. I got a camera and then my lights and stuff.
And so last night when I was trying to do the community announcement, I was trying to do it from home, but
I don't know what community announcement you're talking about. I haven't been on Facebook.
There had been a rumor, and some other media outlets were investigating it out here. And so, as K-ROG, we wanted to be the first ones to bring the news to the community. A rumor that the mayor had resigned, and so I spoke with the mayor and confirmed that he
Who's
did.
our mayor?
John Hill.
Okay.
And so I did confirm that in a closed meeting, in a moment of frustration, he did in fact tell the board he was resigning and left the board meeting. That was Wednesday night. So Thursday, consulted with the city attorney, consulted with the Missouri Municipal League. They told him that as an elected official, his resignation needed to be in writing and then accepted by the board, neither of which occurred. And he told me last night, and I reported last night, that he is considering whether or not he will actually send a written resignation or not, and remain as mayor. And he told me he expected to have that decision made today. So I was trying to make this announcement last night to be timely, and I thought, well, I'll just do it from home. Well, I had redone all my internet at home. I had a new load balancing router, and I'd redone some stuff. And long story short, too late. I was going to when I went live, it couldn't support the broadcast. It wasn't. The stuff wasn't there, and it wouldn't go. So that didn't work. So I'm like, well, I'll just drive up here to K-ROG, and I'll just do it. So I came up here, and was going to use my personal laptop, which is what we're using this morning, because the Chain Gang guys have got the other laptop on the road with the road kit to the basketball game broadcast. Well, my battery laptop was dead. And so I plugged it in, but all I had was my travel charger, so it was taking forever to get it actually charged. And so I'm like, okay, fine, I'm just going to do it from my phone because I'm like an hour late to do this thing when I said I was going to do it. So I started to do the broadcast from my phone. This was take 3, right? And it's all choppy and it's not working. And I'm like, I'm sitting here in K-ROG. And I look, and my phone is on the Storytime Coffee Wi-Fi at the whole other end of this complex. So I didn't have a strong enough signal. So I'm like, so delete that one. Take 4, I finally do it. So if you're wondering why the announcement last night did not look as snazzy as what we're doing this morning, that's why. It's because of...
It's because I wasn't here.
Well, it's the first time we tried to cover breaking news, too. So, but we're getting better every day with your support there in Rogersville. Which, by the way, thanks for watching this morning. We really appreciate that.
Sounds like to me with the mayor thing,
yeah,
that some person on the city council or alderman, what do we have?
We have aldermen.
Opened their mouth when they shouldn't have been.
I don't know about that, but I do know that
the news heard about it pretty darn quick for it to not be official.
The rumor was all over town. Where it came from, I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate about that.
I bet you somebody in the room that heard it.
Everybody heard it. Everybody knew about it, and so had heard a rumor. Let's just put it like that. And so we intend to be a unifying, edifying force here. With K-ROG, and so we wanted to make sure that accurate information was given from direct sources, and so that's what we tried to do. But we'll be back all weekend. I think we got stuff going on, basketball games, sports games. We'll be back Monday morning with Dollars and Cents with Bruce Porter. Tuesday mornings, morning show. We love that you guys love our Tuesday morning shows. New shows always in the works, coming your way from K-ROG. We've got some really cool things in the works. Stay tuned. Keep watching what we're doing here, and have a great weekend.